It was a dark and stormy night as thunder rumbled in the distance. Mark and Sarah, a young couple, found themselves seeking refuge in an old, isolated mansion. The weary travelers were drenched from head to toe, their clothes clinging to their shivering bodies. They were grateful to have stumbled upon this eerie house, its windows aglow with a dim, flickering light. As they stepped through the creaking front door, the atmosphere changed instantly. The air grew heavy, and a sense of foreboding settled upon them. Mark's gaze was drawn to a door at the end of the corridor, one that stood out from the rest. Its intricate carvings sent shivers down his spine. He couldn't resist the pull, as if the door was calling out to him. "Sarah, let's explore this place," Mark suggested, his voice trembling slightly. Sarah, who shared his curiosity, nodded, her eyes reflecting a mixture of fear and excitement. They ventured deeper into the mansion, their footsteps echoing through the empty halls. Each room they entered revealed more evidence of neglect and decay. The faded wallpaper peeled away, revealing glimpses of the mansion's dark history. Finally, they stood before the mysterious door. Mark reached out to turn the tarnished brass knob, the hairs on his arm standing on end. With a gentle push, the door swung open, revealing a room draped in shadows. The flickering candlelight barely illuminated the space, leaving much to the imagination. As they stepped inside, a chilling gust of wind slammed the door shut behind them. Panic set in as they realized they were trapped. The room seemed to have a life of its own. The walls were adorned with strange symbols, and the air crackled with an otherworldly energy. Whispers filled the room, disembodied voices that echoed through the darkness. Mark and Sarah clung to each other, their hearts pounding in their chests. They tried to open the door, but it remained firmly shut, defying their desperate attempts. Suddenly, the room came alive. The symbols on the walls glowed with an eerie light, and a thick mist filled the air. Figures materialized from the shadows, their faces twisted in anguish. They reached out with skeletal hands, their nails scraping against the walls. Mark and Sarah screamed in terror, their voices drowned out by the cacophony of ghostly wails. They stumbled backward, desperately searching for an escape. But the room had become a labyrinth, shifting and changing its layout, trapping them further within its grasp. Hours turned into an eternity as they frantically navigated the ever-changing room, their hope dwindling with each passing moment. Just when they thought all was lost, they stumbled upon a small alcove. In its center lay a weathered book. Sarah reached out, her trembling fingers caressing the aged pages. She hastily scanned its contents and discovered a ritual of release. With a renewed sense of determination, they followed the instructions, chanting the ancient words in unison. The room convulsed, its spectral inhabitants vanishing into thin air. The symbols on the walls faded, leaving behind only faded remnants of their existence. The door swung open, revealing the mansion's empty corridor. Mark and Sarah stumbled out, their bodies weak and weary. They fled from the mansion, never looking back. As they reached safety, they glanced at each other, their eyes filled with a mix of relief and disbelief. They knew they had experienced something truly supernatural, something they would carry with them for the rest of their lives. The forbidden room had unleashed their deepest fears, but it had also shown them the strength of their love and the power of their will to survive.